Hello, everybody.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tyres?
Aye, all their fancy silk stained red. You expect me to work with the skies?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
What do you make of them skies, then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit. He's with your uncle in the Free Cities. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on her.
Do you have any good...
Well, that depends on your definition.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current. Could be that they don't.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable... Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the...
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are, without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who...
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing. But pitchforks and palisades will do little to... Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
The battle cries of dread worm time.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their pride. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals...
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear you will forgive me, I hope.
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was...
When it rains...
It fucking pours. Because Earthbreakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
How are you doing? Quick look.
Seen enough?
Clive. How may I help you today? Here's the latest information I have. Thus ends today's lesson.
mistakes. That's better.
Another God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing are welcome here. So empty your pockets. Nice try. Let's have some fun!
I needed that.
deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
Nothing matham sano. Yayastuninta.
Yeah, darken our shores again.
But not for long.
I needed that. No more. Vengeance.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All done?
This beast isn't to be trifled with. Nice try. Nice try. Too slow. Guess we're all ready. Too slow. First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far
I
side
saw
of the
it
wall.
with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood to stop them. Then we're next.
Do you see anything you like? You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital. Thank you. That's the best I can do. Thank you. I'll be here if you need me.
I can't do it. I can't. But you can. You must.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. They've taken so many. A cat.
And what of your mistress? Is she...
Oh, no. She went to the...
Then we'll look for her there.
Four left for more on the captain's orders.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the cap. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did.
What? You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went in the back of them glowing things, found me in the meadow.
Leave that to us.
My family.
It's all right. Give me your arm.
Did you see the creatures?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme.
It's all right.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Before we could even draw his steel.
I assume you have a plan? We need to find out.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Hold him back. Guess we're all ready.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd...
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sent...
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this is... But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive.
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik.
Those skies are what happened. Not long after, there were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but the rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, there's so...
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the...
I thought you'd know. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells...
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
It's over.
These men...
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the... Martha will see you're looked...
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them, that they were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it...
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashics, and they got wounded with them!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Mark.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them...
I will. You two be safe.
My brothers.
Shh, don't try and talk.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can... But what about... I didn't...
Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore...
Martha seemed to think you might need some help, and by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak, but we didn't know there would be so many.
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them?
We can certainly... Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't...
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade.
I see you're all in one.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East. You'll need to move the injured without...
Don't you worry about that.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow.
Mad dogs. A lot of them. What are you after? Thanks very much. Take care out there, eh?
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? lucky anymore.
No.
But it won't be long before the...
Then we make for Martha's while we...
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are... Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, it's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, the inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you... Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your... I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch?
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask. Yes, so... If it please you, my Lord Marquis, I would learn the duties of a shield from the...
But I am a shield no longer. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by... You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in... And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. There is only so much the boy can learn from me.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other... I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You...
Cid! Oh, you're... Should I be worried?
You have...
Jill.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has abandoned...
Indeed. Although, you're a little late.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place, but the fact is...
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to... And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our... I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to her?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if...
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood. It's the only... We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, and you cannot fill empty bellies with that.
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be...
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out Come back when you're ready to talk.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you this.
Costness is in chaos. And the markets, the Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil, is the only place. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into...
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way. These are cursed skies. Or an entire city.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution to that.
I hope so.
Fucking thieving bastard.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason, but if left to smolder.
That my thoughts exact. Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as...
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy...
What would Sid the Out...
Well, if he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make... Before presenting them with a...
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city up.
When all that fear and anger can be directed?
It appears we have a plan. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
As you wish.
Your faces are not... Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, Commander of the Red Wings, the oldest...
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all...
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Redwood. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you...
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded strip? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your...
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest, and there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid.
My shop. Why would anyone do...
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I'm mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest...
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving... It is only a matter of time before the peasants...
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they... And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I say... Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are...
All right. If it will help. But you needn't have gone through this.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was not...
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it... Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the...
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our all...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert.
The rest, my friend, the city stakes I concede are high. But if this does not unite
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The womenfolk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople.
I don't hear any fighting.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you...
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved up.
Conrad seems to have had a change.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirst.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble at... We are united. As for you, Sid, you fight,
I'll take that as a... Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put on.
Was wondering when you had ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just...
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the...
let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystal. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, now's not the time. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. Is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua!
Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.